We are here in this just incredible time. This reality is allowing us to experience things that we haven't been able to experience before in any incarnation. Really, we are going through this ascension process. We are reintegrating with higher frequency energy. We're reconnecting with our multidimensional selves, and we're actually able to start to perceive those experiences right here from this physical body through our five senses. It's absolutely incredible. As we move along this process and the frequency of the planet rises, we draw into us experiences that are multidimensional in nature. We start to perceive our star guides, our higher self, our spirit guides, could be deceased loved ones, whatever it is for you. These experiences are now becoming available. Is it magical? It feels magical, but it's not magic. You see, it's consciousness. And what we're doing is we are refocusing the lens of consciousness by taking our awareness and focusing it into these higher dimensional fields, because we are now aware of this energy. When we came in here, we were cut off from that. We were not aware of these higher dimensional fields. So we lived solely through the five senses. But as we go through an awakening, things start to not resonate in our lives anymore. We start looking for a deeper meaning, a deeper purpose. We start to awaken to the fact that there's more to life than just what we can see and experience through our five senses. That right there allows for your multidimensional energy to start to come forward. Now, it's going to show you what's blocking its path initially, right? That's going to be the shadow work that we do, the periods of darkness, the dark night of the soul, those types of things. You know, when I'm talking about the stuff that comes up that doesn't feel so good, that emotional baggage, that density, these are all the things that we need to feel. These were the experiences that kept us really anchored in the third dimensional field. Okay, so when we identify with traumas and things like that that are heavier or more dense in nature, we start to live life through that lens, and we close ourselves off from our higher frequency energy. But as we start to feel this and we take responsibility for the density and healing the density, meaning we accept the process, these emotions, anxieties, things like that, stress starts to come forward. And instead of avoiding it or identifying with it, reacting to it, we honor it. We bring forward love and compassion and a state of presence where we could sit and fully feel these energies. And when we do that, they rise in frequency, and that attracts in more of our high frequency multidimensional energy. And it's always been there. It's always been available to us. It's all consciousness. We just didn't have the awareness of it. We forgot about it because we were so focused on this time-space reality with what our senses were showing us. Now, as we continue to rise in frequency, our third eye lights up, our intuition comes back online, our solar plexus, and all our chakras start to balance out. And our energy starts to land and flow through our central channel. We breathe with it and we fully feel it. And this allows for more healing experiences, more clearing experiences. And that in turn creates more space to allow for more of our multidimensional energy to ground. Now, as we start lighting up and awareness starts to return of these higher dimensional fields, we start to perceive them. We'll start to perceive them at first through our third eye. And then we're going to start to maybe see things through our physical eyes, because we're starting to move into higher frequency dimensional fields where these higher frequency experiences reside. Could be a spaceship, a craft in the sky. Maybe you'll start to perceive that. You're going to start to perceive energy. You'll start to perceive auras around objects and things like that. That is that knowing, that remembering that we're all energetic beings and that it's all consciousness. It's coming back to you, and you've done the healing work and created the space to be able to start to perceive these things. Now, at first, you might be a little confused because the ego isn't familiar with those types of experiences, but You're here listening to this video, you've listened to other videos, and you know that that is a coming back online, a remembering of who you truly are. So we could sit in presence with the ego when these types of experiences start to unfold. Because initially, like they were with me, they could be very frightening experiences. When the Galactic Federation first came to me, they appeared as shafts of light, but they worked with me to work through my fears of ETs, grays, and things like that. So that was a frightening experience. I had shadow beings when I was sleeping one night where I had sleep paralysis. I've talked about that in prior videos. These were all experiences that were stuck within me. They're frequencies that were stuck within me, dense energy, that these experiences brought those frequencies forward. And I was able to sit and fully feel these experiences and alchemize that energy. And as soon as I did that, the connection, the communication with the galactics really opened up, because I created space and I allowed for that kind of energy to land and move through and integrate into my physical body. So it became more normal. That's what's happening during this ascension process. We are moving up the ladder of frequency, and what was once considered magical, even paranormal, depending on how you look at it, is becoming normal. Our lives are becoming magical. We're better able to attract scenarios and situations, to attract abundance, to attract all sorts of cool things by just experiencing and feeling gratitude, by recognizing that in our reality. When we could see these types of situations, loving situations, situations to be grateful for, joy, things like that, we allow those high frequency energies to come through us, come up our central channel, and kind of umbrella out into our reality. And we start to pick them up. We start to perceive them in our reality because we have the awareness of it. We know that there are things unseen that we can start to now perceive. Okay, so it all starts with that thought. So as we're moving through this process, I want you to remember that you are magical. You are a multidimensional being. And when you look through the lens of your five senses, you are severely limiting yourself. You're limiting your experiences to what you see in the mirror, which is just a physical vessel. This is just a physical vessel. It's the car. You're the consciousness driving the car. You are the consciousness behind everything that you're experiencing. So expand your awareness. Know that there are things that are just outside your perception that are ready for you to perceive. And we do that by being guided by the emotional states that come forward with us, so that we can bring more of that forward. And we keep a sharp eye out throughout our day of amazing types of situations and things. Like I said, orbs, auras, craft in the sky. I've had so many different things appear to me. I've had portals in my backyard, all sorts of things. They exist now, but what we want to do is become aware of them. So take what I'm telling you, bring awareness to that, know that you are a true energetic multidimensional being, and that these experiences are available to you as well. That is part of this process. That is why this time, this reality is so special. We chose to come in here to experience this process, to return to our multidimensional realities, starting from a place of being closed off to them, from a veil of forgetfulness. So think of how cool that is. So know that it is all possible. It is all here for you to experience, and hold that thought, feel everything that comes up, and open up your eyes, because magic is going to manifest for you. Make sure you watch the video that appears up here next. Leave a comment below if you're starting to experience some of this cool stuff. I'd love to hear about it. Like this video if you haven't already, and subscribe to my channel. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you.